Hi, how are you?
Hi, how are you?
I am feeling great.
Why are you feeling great?
Because Love Island is back to being what Love Island should be. Hi, I'm Jen.
I'm Neal.
We're in a relationship.
I'm from Canada.
No, he's not. We are an international couple.
Interdimensional couple.
Oh, don't say that to me right now. I'm from Canada. He's from America. Just a little background so you understand our views. We're different people from different places. It comes up.
Okay, got it.
Okay. We talk about reality TV. I watch and talk about it under the influence of an edible. Neal doesn't.
I'm stone cold sober.
So he just has to experience me the way you're experiencing me. Well, that's not true. You guys could all have edibles right now.
It's true.
We could have a very specific type of listener.
I have to reel you back in.
Well, that's the point of telling you that, is he keeps me on track. I have a lot of thoughts. I have a lot of views.
A lot of explaining to do.
That's how we know it's kicking in if I have to explain something 10 different ways. So, what have we been talking about most of all? We've been talking about Love Island. This is the fake baby episode of Love Island, and I think we just need to jump right in.
It's pretty boring, but boring but good.
No, it's so much fun.
Well,
boring. I'm going to throw you in the garbage. Nothing's happening.
Yes, that's what I mean. There's no drama. Everyone's just having a blast with their fake children.
We're 24 minutes in and my cheeks hurt. It's the most I've liked Ace and Shelley because he's being hilarious with the kids. I don't know what the decision making was. I guess the older couples, the couples who had been together longer, got twins.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because not everybody got twins. Some couples only got one baby. They had to name them. The names are frickin' cricketed onto baby bottles the way their names are in pink cursive on their water bottles. I am just dead at the whole thing. This is it. Stop taking yourself so seriously.
Thank you.
Also, when we had a preview for this episode and I knew the babies were coming, I did the course in high school where you had to take the babies home.
That's ridiculous.
I have PTSD. I know a lot about how the babies work. So if there should be anyone in the world who this is less fun for, it should be me, and I'm still having the time of my life. Amaya and Brian just went up. Brian Maya. There are so many. I don't know if we've gotten it right yet, but there are so many opportunities with their names that makes me so happy for them. I hope he's being genuine. It seems like he is when they talk about dates and stuff. Anyway, they went up to Soul Ties. The baby starts screeching, crying, and they don't have the bottle or the diaper with them.
No.
To be clear, this baby, if you have never experienced this baby, it doesn't just randomly cry and you have to hope it gets better. It legitimately cries for one of 3 reasons. It needs to be burped, it needs to be fed, or it needs to be changed.
Right.
There's a computer chip inside of it recording how you're doing. I'm going to get technical for a second.
Please explain.
The diaper... I would love to! The diaper has a sensor in it. So if it's crying because it needs to be changed, it knows whether or not you've taken off the current diaper and put on the other one. If it's that it needs to be fed, it knows whether or not the bottle is up to its mouth.
Right. Well, I would hope so. Yes.
So, you have to do the right things. So here's the thing. My boyfriend at the time was really technologically savvy, and the 60-year-old teacher he was actually the gym teacher who of course gets stuck with all the home economic type courses, all the bullshit courses. He was not technologically savvy. So he looks at my boyfriend and he's like, you can have the baby on easy mode, because you can set the difficulty for these babies. Okay. You can have the baby on easy mode for less time. if you take care of, like, setting it up and resetting it and doing all of the, like, behind-the-scenes stuff. Like, you connect the baby to the USB hub, record the percentage, because it would say, like, oh, this person basically murdered their baby. They got a 64. Like, we had someone who, because it came with, like, a carrier, who left the baby in the carrier in her car to run into the grocery store and left a sign being like, this is a fake baby, don't call the cops. Like, these are high school kids. They don't give a shit.
Right.
And even she passed. So I don't know what you would have to do.
As long as you don't smother the baby.
Fail on this baby. But I took the baby over the weekend because I hated the thought of having to have the baby and take it to class with me. Like, I hate attention being on me. Like, don't look over at me and this stupid baby. I would rather ruin my weekend than do that. And my brother still tells a story of hearing the crying and coming into my bedroom, and I am in the fetal position on my bed, also crying, just weeping, holding the baby bottle to the baby's face, and we're both just crying. Like, so, you know, it's supposed to be like a contraceptive, like teach these teenagers they don't want kids. Well, guess what? I still don't have kids. Like, I'm convinced.
I can just picture that scenario.
I knew in that moment it wasn't for me. These guys are handling it like champs. They're being so funny about it.
They're being
They're
like
not taking it seriously.
40% serious.
That's the best
Except for
part.
Hannah.
Well, and that's, like, at yoga, she got mad because he went around the... Well, first she got mad because he sat the baby up. And she's like, you have to support the head. Like, it's not a doll you can just sit up. It does actually have a mechanism in its back that if you stop supporting its head, it does, like, drastically fall back like this weighted bowling ball. It's, like... I mean, babies' heads do that, too. Babies' heads are super heavy. That's the point. You have to support the heads. Anyway, so she's already pissed because he's sitting her up. Then he goes around the room, he's directing yoga, and he asks everybody about their kids, and he doesn't ask Hutta, and she's like, well, fuck me then. And then he says something about the kids and still doesn't ask her, and so she repeats, well, fuck me then. And then she picks her up, and she's like, she's hot. She's not real. I get it, you're a mama. I have mad respect for how she, like, instinctually hopped out of bed and was, like, burping the baby before anyone even knew what was happening. Yeah. Like, obviously the girl's got the motherly instincts, but I yelled out loud, Hutta, don't ruin this for me. Just, like, go with the flow with everybody else, for once.
For once.
Which is not fair, because then she participates in challenges, and we're all like...
We learn that Nick's middle name is Marcel.
Dead that that's your takeaway from it. Nicholas Marcel. Nicholas Flamel.
What?
Well, his full name would be Nicholas, so he'd be Nicholas Marcel.
Nicholas Marcel.
That's quite the mouthful. Creator of the
Philosopher's Stone.
Right? And it's really funny because they were all getting, like, freaky. Like, everyone seemed to be cuddling or making out or banging, and then they wake up to babies. Like, just such perfect timing. Yeah, so I'm an Ace fan more than I was. Still would not vote for them to win. No. Taylor is being hilarious. I think it's hilarious that Ace hates Marcel. Like the baby. Like, Ace has something against Nick and Landria's baby.
Yes.
And at one point the girls go up and do their makeup and it's just the guys. And Brian starts crying and Ace is like, I swear to God, Brian. And it's just like, you gotta get him out of here. Also, Pepe and Iris named their kids Lois and Peter. And she says, obviously the producer's like, hey, where'd you get those names? And she's like, they're family names. And he says, yeah, I'm a real family guy. Like, there's just been something funny about every couple with these kids.
They're having a blast.
Do I want to, like, I'm sorry, I haven't stopped. But do You really said that Sierra was the dark cloud, was she? Would we have not been having fun like this with Sierra?
Doesn't it feel like everybody's so much freer and happier?
That's crazy, though. One person can't do that. I feel like it's just the timing and that this makes her look worse. Also, Nick. The way Nick is describing Elandria backing up into him to cuddle at night. First, dude, like, really shares with Ace. Can I just say, like, he feels so comfortable sharing his sexual...
He's so honest with everybody.
Yeah. There's no, like, hesitation in his mind to be like, I'm going to be, like, tell Ace explicitly how fired up I was by Elandria backing up into me in bed.
You know? You've been saying it the whole season.
I saw that Nick's
Nicandria.
family got a cake where you can, like, scan the image onto it, and it was an image of Elandria and Nick kissing in soul ties from that one kiss.
If you need any more proof that Sierra was the dark cloud, his parents are on cloud 9.
That's so mean, though, I think, because, like, she's out now, so, like, she can see the picture of the cake.
Well, she hasn't been.
True, they must have her in some sort of sequester.
Everyone else, even Austin's back with, like, Jeremiah and...
Well, it was someone's birthday. I saw, like, a lot of them together. I didn't see Austin, I don't think, but definitely Bella, Jeremiah, Charlie, Hannah.
Austin was in a picture.
Okay, with all of them. They're, like, all together. So it begins. They're already trying to get their free shit for being influencers.
I just hope Jalen is riding around somewhere in the world in his free hotels with his free luggage.
For anyone who didn't watch, as soon as he came out of the villa, because Jalen was like the sensible one that liked Elandria and she wasn't into it, and so he went home really quickly. He got his passport just to come on Love Island. This Fiji was his first time out of the country. So in the comments, Delta was like, we'd love to help you see the world. And you said a suitcase company chimed in too. Like, dude's gonna be okay.
Yeah, he's...
And also he wasn't built for Love Island.
No, definitely
but
not.
But say neither was Elandria, so why didn't she give him a chance?
Yeah, he was too nice.
Too boring, which is fine. You can be boring, but just don't be boring on our screens. Okay, we're halfway through the episode. We're going to keep watching. The Hideaway is open today. Neal said that the producer said that they hadn't done the Hideaway because no couples were close enough. I mean, Nick and Sierra would have been the only ones who were at that point because generally they wait until people have proclaimed they're closed off. And they didn't have an opportunity between closed offness and... Goodbye, Sierra. So we'll see who... Usually the Islanders just vote for a couple to go into the Hideaway. We'll see who that is. Who's your bet?
Probably Ace and Shelley.
Right? Longest couple there. You have to.
Yeah. And but maybe they'll get a good send-off and go home tomorrow.
We also don't see much of, like... We only see a minute of the night times. So they probably also already have a really good idea of who is, like, banging all the time.
True.
And they're like, yeah, you know what? You go do that somewhere else.
Nick and Elandria.
Like, no, you can't do that, obviously. Right? I feel like Hudda was super supportive of the Elandria and Nick thing, so I could see her pushing for it to be the two of them. But then again, she's also very, like... She's selfish in a way that's like, why wouldn't others think of me? Which I guess is the definition of selfish. I could see her being offended if they didn't pick her and Chris. Even though they're like new. So to me, that's Delulu to think it should be you.
They're not going to pick them.
No, I know, because they don't like her.
Right. Nick and Elandria, it's the right choice. Watch them end up winning.
I don't know. Well, Nick was vote, but I mean, he's fallen from grace, I think, in the eyes of people big time. Okay, we're going to keep watching. We'll BRB. Neal is fuming at me right now because he said there's no pausing until the end of the show.
We got through 10 minutes.
Hudda!
Hurricane Hud. No, she's not a hurricane.
She's ruining this for me. She's ruining the fun. The girls went upstairs to have brunch, and the guys took it upon themselves.
Can you explain what brunch is, please?
No, I will not be doing that. The guys took that time and opportunity to do a relay race with their children.
Yes.
To, like, completely invent it. And so the girls are watching and they're laughing, and then the babies start crying, and Hudda is like, Chris! And then she watches him take the shirt off in what she views as, like, too roughly. And she's like, Chris! And then she calls him over after, and she's like, you can't be hauling her all rough like that. And she's crying. And he said, our baby didn't cry once, because, of course, it's just a cacophony.
I love that word.
I know you do. That's why I used it. Of crying. And they can't tell from the balcony who is actually crying. So she's like, don't tell me to shut up, because she called out. She was like, I don't like that color. And the thing is, when she repeated, I don't like that color, he actually threw that shirt down and got a different shirt.
Yes.
Dude tries.
He does.
Man, he's like being submissive. Remember that awkward JD conversation with Hudda and JD that everyone's memeing, where JD is like, you're dominant. You like to be dominant. And she's like, okay. And she, like, gets up and walks away because all of a sudden he, like, starts a fight with her out of nowhere. But she does. And Chris is, like, doing such a good job. So we're paused because he came over to her after and said, are there things that I do that trigger you? Because it really affects my mood when I look on your face and I can see your face has completely changed, but I don't know what happened to cause that. First of all, how freaking mature is that?
Yes,
a genuine question of, I can tell something's wrong and I don't understand what is. So she said, of course, like we talked about before, you went around and asked everyone what was on their mind and you skipped me. And he immediately says, I did forget you. I'm sorry. No, I'm sorry, but literally just apologizes for it. She moves on to the next one. I brought out all the yoga mats, and then after yoga, I was holding the baby, and you only put your mat away. And Chris says, I did put your mat away. Defending himself. He's allowed. And she says, yeah, but I asked you to. And he's like, yeah, but... And he throws his hand up and he's like, okay, I hear you. He was probably going to argue that he was going to put it away anyway. Here's the thing. Her expectations are so high that she asks shit like that before you have the chance to do it.
Yes.
So she can get mad that she had to ask you for it. Like, it's the where's the protein all over again.
He was still picking up the yoga mat.
He was still in the area. It's not like he'd walked away from it. But where will this conversation go if he tries to say, I was going to pick it up anyway? She's just going to find an argument for that, too.
Yes.
So he puts his hands up and he lets it go. This dude, how? And she even comments in her, like, diary room to us that he's handling it so well. But I'm mad about her interpretation of him handling it. She's like, he really just seems like he wants to work on himself. He wants to be a better person. Like, what about you?
Right.
Ease up. Maybe try being a better person by easing up. Now, he came into the conversation being like, is this, how's this day for you, having all these babies, all this crying? And she said, it's pretty triggering. And he said, I can tell. And that was a real conversation, because for everyone else it's just fun. And she did this alone. Imagine being 21 years old and a baby cries in the night and there's only one person who's going to answer the baby.
There's new drunk choice.
Okay, well, we need to start posting stuff like that on our Instagram. We'll give credit to the artist, obviously. Yeah. Link them, tag them, do all the things you're supposed to do. But just share things that we love with our listeners. Are we allowed to do that? Yes, right?
I don't know.
Look it up, because I would like Neal is smiling at his phone right now, which is actually really triggering to me because my ex-husband cheated on me. So like smiling at your phone to me means you're laughing at someone else's message. But here's how much now I don't want to. Oh God, there's nothing worse than please, please, please don't prove I'm wrong. See, they can't see what we're laughing at right now. But you don't even understand the relief that flows over me when, again, I don't even have to ask. I don't have to say, hey, Neal, what are you smiling at? I don't have to ask to see his phone. Before I've even had the chance to think about whether or not I'm going to ask, he's already turning his phone towards me. And what is it? It's a friggin' drunk drawing of a Maya. Like, amazing.
With the papaya eyes. It gets so much better.
Okay, you have to stop looking at them right now, first of all. You have to show them to me immediately after we pause. And we have to find a way to put them up on Instagram and say who the person is. Who's the person that draws them? I'm sure they have the artist name.
Drunk Drawn account. I don't know.
Is that the name of the account?
Yeah, Drunk Drawn IG account.
Oh, okay. Well, then that means if you Google drunk drawing Love Island, it'll come up. Go look at them if we don't post them. If not, go to our Instagram. What's our Instagram name? Whoa, way to blow this, dude. I was just doing the best social promotion of all time. He's Googling it.
Oh, gosh.
He's searching it. You're blowing this.
I'm blowing this.
We'll look it up. Anyway, go to our Instagram and see the pictures to see what we're talking about. I'm mad at Huda. I also understand. I think if there was ever a time to be understanding of her, it's now around all these crying children, and only she knows what that's like. That being said, Amaya has siblings who are a lot younger than her, so like if she still lives with her family, I bet she actually does a lot of child rearing. Rearing. That's a weird word. Oh, okay, I'm off track. So I just had to come on and steam about Huda. But now that I'm talking it out, I'm like getting less mad about it. But I know when I press play, she's going to find something else to nitpick about Chris. And I'm going to be like, girl, you are blowing this. Like, he is stressed out. He is not having fun anymore. Do you think he's going to be he's not going to run a relay race with your real infant child? Please have fun. I know you had to grow up quick, but like part of growing up is knowing when to let go. Like, I was so uptight in my 20s, and I wish I could have told uptight Jen to like let it go, you know?
Yeah.
So I'm telling Huddle to let it go.
Hi, how are you, cast?
That's the name of our Instagram. @hi, like she's so high above me. Hi, how are you, cast? Okay, that's easy.
Yes.
We'll, like, link it below or whatever. I don't know. I don't do any of this stuff Neal does.
They don't have... That's what I'm surprised about on Podbean. They have, like, everything except Instagram. So
it's weird, because doesn't Facebook own Instagram, and does it have Facebook?
I wonder if...
Maybe it doesn't have a deal with Meta.
It auto-posts to our Facebook. So I wonder if I can figure out a way to then link our Facebook page to the LinkedIn, or to the... Instagram, and so if when I do it and it auto populates on Facebook, it'll also then put that on
his way home from the gym this morning, because life's all about balance, #balance. Neal bought me a cheesecake, and it's all I'm thinking about.
I'm so full I'm gonna explode.
See, I had a chicken salad for dinner.
Yeah, I had rice and ground beef.
And it was like a vat full. So it's not fair that we're not going to be ready for dessert at the same time. See, that's the kind of shit girls get mad about. How guys handle that then dictates how girls respond to that. Chris is handling it so well, Huda's still going to find a way to turn it into a fight.
Well, why don't we watch the rest of the episode and find out?
Excellent idea, my love. We're finished the episode. Neal is so mad at me.
I'm not mad. I'm just thinking of our best interest here.
This might be a little bit meta right now, and I know we've already talked about the podcast a little bit, and you don't want You don't want to hear this side of things? But should we or Guys, there's no other name for this episode of the podcast but Eat That Kitty in the Hideaway. Eat that kitty in the hideaway. It sounds like gibberish. It sounds like nonsense. It has no meaning. There are no bad words in that.
Okay, well,
I originally wanted to make it a Maya's quote.
When your mother finally finds the podcast and that's the title.
Bringing my mother into this is crazy. How dare you? Oh, no, dear Lord. She doesn't know. I wish you guys knew me in real life to know how quiet and uptight I am in front of other people. Like, people wouldn't recognize this version of me. If this is what I was like, if this is how loud and energetic I was at work, people would think I was on drugs. And I am. I only take edibles. It's legal in Canada. My mom doesn't know. I'm in my mid-30s. Guys, sometimes you just gotta keep some things to yourself, you know? It's just better if they don't know, okay? Back to Love Island. Chris and Huda banged.
He did. He, as he put it, folded.
He folded. I mean, she picked up a condom from the nightstand and said, "Who put this here?" And then they used it. Maybe. Gosh, I hope they're using the condoms. I hope a producer put it there. I hope a producer is providing it and making it very clear that they have them available.
Yes, I'm sure they don't want someone...
Am I about to give a sex talk right now? As much as we loved this Love Island fake baby episode, we do not want a Love Island baby.
No.
Like, I don't even want my Serenas and my Cordells having babies yet unless they feel like they're ready.
No.
Don't do it if it's not your time. I'm a teacher.
Okay.
And I really, really love my students, but I cannot imagine having one home with me all the time. And I know you'd feel differently if it's your kid. I mean, like, I love my niece and nephew dearly, but I still have, like, a tolerance for them. I still wouldn't want them to live with us.
Right.
Is that mean? They're kids.
Kids are annoying.
No. That's your view, yes. And yes, kids are annoying. But my thing is, you're their parent 24 hours a day.
No hiding from that.
That's so many hours. It's, in fact, all of them.
Some math right there.
I actually have to teach time in the grade that I teach. And we have to use non-traditional units of measure. So, for example, oh gosh, I can't think of a single example. I'm being such a bad teacher right now. Does this mean I couldn't do my job on edibles? That's probably good, because, like, I wouldn't. Because they could fire me.
Right.
Because just because it's legal doesn't mean you could do it at work. This has turned into a PSA. I just really don't want anyone out there to break any law. Today we watched the Trainwreck documentary on Netflix. I love a good under-hour documentary. I would like them to be a little bit longer, but, like, don't be longer if you don't need to be. The Woodstock one, was that Trainwreck, or was that just called something else?
No, I'm pretty sure
Woodstock 99?
Trainwreck. Yeah, they're pumping.
What about
out.
Fire Festival? That wasn't Trainwreck. That was just its own entity, right?
I think so.
Oh, I love that. Tell me more about Disaster's Poop Cruise. Guys, have you watched Poop Cruise?
Dun, 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 Poop Cruise.
If you're still one of the people out there who subscribe to Netflix, we talk about we don't know how Netflix has money, like The Rock money and stuff. It's because everyone out there is secretly paying for an account, even if they don't even, like, realize it's being taken from them. That's not true. But I'm subscribing to so many things. Can someone please tell me where I can go that they're not just trying to rob my data from me, where I can find out all the subscriptions I have and unsubscribe to them? Because there's stuff I don't even remember that I've paid for. I'm such a wreck. Like, I'm the type B-ist teacher in the world. If I see a worksheet and it's behind a paywall and I'm panicked and it's first thing in the morning, I just buy it. If it's like, nah, you can't just buy this one product, you have to subscribe for the year to this website, I'll subscribe. I'm pretty sure I spent $70 on a subscription to something that I don't even remember what the website was called to know how to find it and use it. That's like flushing $70 down the toilet. I am so financially irresponsible, it's crazy. But, like, I don't have debt, and I own my home, and I have 4 degrees. And, like, no student debt from those degrees. So I know my reality is not the reality of many people my age and younger and older right now. I'm gonna get on a soapbox now. Living affordably should not be a luxury. It should be a given.
Well, that's not how the times are now.
But do they just not care if millions of people die?
No. I think that's
That's what they need to happen, really. They just can't come out and say that. I'm going to cry.
The populations are going to collapse because no one's having kids anymore because no one can afford.
Then how is our population still growing by so much?
It's not. I mean, like...
the population of the world?
The Western world population is not growing.
Oh, that's...
Like, Japan's population isn't growing. Korea's population isn't growing. In fact, Korea and Japan are in, like, an emergency declaration that they have... People are having such few... Like, no one's having kids there, and they're paying people to get together.
Guys, the other day I was thinking about, because I'm a real, like, experience person, even though I'm afraid of everything. I'm shy, and I'm anxious, and I'm afraid of everything. But I like to experience things. So I don't have a tattoo. I can't imagine choosing something to be on my body forever. That I had to choose that. It wasn't there and I put it there. Like, by choice.
Right.
I am the most indecisive person. I can't imagine that I would ever choose a tattoo. But I want to know what it feels like to get a tattoo.
You want to know that pain.
I do. I want to have the experience. I kind of feel that way about pregnancy. Not necessarily childbirth itself. Obviously, that is terrifying and I hate pain.
You do
and
like
I don't...
pickles.
That's the stupidest thing you've ever said. I love you so much. You do like pickles. And I recognize that the pregnancy itself is not a walk in the park. I recognize it's not comfortable. I don't know if I would have the strength to do it, honestly. So maybe I'm not a good candidate. But I want to know what it feels like to be pregnant. But I don't want to have a child. So I have considered in the past being a surrogate. Like, I was a healthy, skinny, 20-something-year-old girl. I was married. I was in a married relationship where we both agreed that we weren't going to have kids. So there'd be no risk of, like, I'd have the baby and then be like, never mind, I want it. Like, I was probably a prime candidate for a surrogate. And then the other day, I was scrolling on Facebook, and there was an ad where you could, like, sell your eggs, which I didn't know was a thing, for like $6,000. And I was like, oh my gosh, okay, I'm not a surrogate, but I'm going to sell my eggs. I'm too old. They don't want my eggs. When did I go from being a perfect surrogate candidate to old eggs? I'm going to need you here with me right now.
I don't know where well, let's get back on track.
No, I'm having a crisis.
Love Island, USA.
No. We've been watching the UK, the original.
I can't do a podcast on that because I don't understand anything they say.
I also don't know anyone's names, and there are like 2 brunettes who look exactly the same and 2 blondes who look exactly the same. So I don't know anyone's name. We're also really far back in it still. I feel like we've been binging it, so we are catching up. But we're in that perfect sweet spot where we're a few episodes in, so I'm into it. And there are enough people there, and I at least recognize their faces that I, like, care about them a little bit. Man, they get spicy with each other.
Oh, yeah.
What did he say? We wouldn't be able to make this our title either, because it'd have too much swearing in it.
Fucking lamppost.
Like, fucking twat. Fucking, like, they were shooting it back and forth. He's like, yeah, you fucking lanky... No, there was another word. Fucking... lamppost. Oh, man. Like, mean. They were mean to each other. The girls have, like, shot off at each other.
Oh, yeah.
Which I think now in the American one, we have too much... They think we want it to be girl power and boy power because the Powerpuff Girls were so successful. That now people think we don't want them to argue with each other. Is that what it is? So when no one would sit down and say to Hutta, you're crashing out. They just wanted to look like a sisterhood. Oh yeah, we've talked about that like every episode. I just kind of explained it with different words.
Your speciality.
Like I'm want to do. Do we have a visit from a cat? Who's there?
I heard a lot of thumping. Winifred.
What a surprise.
Where have you been?
It's actually not a surprise at all. She's been such a daddy's girl. Oh my gosh. We gave her a little bit of CBD today.
4 cats.
Oh my gosh. I think we've made it explicitly clear that I would never commit a crime.
Look at that.
It's basically just a tincture of salmon oil, like literally that's the only ingredient, and CBD. Winnie is a really anxious cat. Luckily, she really loves her younger brother. They play with each other. She would love to love Luna, our oldest, but Luna hates everybody. Like, when they had first gotten together, and I know you're not supposed to get a female cat if you already have a female cat. You're always supposed to do the other gender. So, like, we messed up with that, but I wouldn't have it any other way. Winnie, I shouldn't say I wouldn't have it any other way, because I did have another boy cat. I'm not going to talk about it. I can't talk about it. Guys, maybe I'll tell it. Oh, I'm going to cry.
Just keep going.
Maybe I'll tell you guys about it one day. Okay, so Winnie is scared of everything. We have rag dolls. They're rag dolls. I know rag dolls are, like, not graceful. She is not graceful.
Well, first we have to preface the not graceful. So when we got Winifred, I lived in a condo that it was single story, so no stairs.
Like a 1-floor condo.
So
Me over-explaining what a condo is. Okay.
So her first experience with stairs were when we came here.
So she was already like, what, 9 or 10 months old? Almost a year old?
Yeah. And she
was a year old.
Was a year old, yeah. And so when she goes down this, and she does go down like a normal cat occasionally.
Sometimes.
But she like
bunny hops.
Yeah, sort of like you just hear these thump, 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 and her back 2 legs like bounce off of the stairs.
She comes down 2 at a time, and so like she's only got a 1 front leg and 1 back leg.
Yes.
That's exactly what it's like. Which is funny because if you hear Luna coming down, even though she's older, I mean she's 13, you hear dunk 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 dunk
She's
dunk
so
dunk.
fast.
Like you hear 1 foot 1 step, 1 foot 1 step. Same thing with our youngest. Duck 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 duck. His is just higher pitched though. He walks differently. They have different, like, cadences on their feet. That's so nice. And we know them. I love that we know them.
And winning. So much slower and methodical.
And 1 at a time. And she's the biggest out of the 3 of them. So she got bigger than her older sister ever did. That happens with ragdolls. There can be a huge, like, differential in what they end up weighing. Luna ended up being on the smaller side. She's like 10 pounds. That's like small-ish for a ragdoll. Winnie is probably closer, what? To like 13 pounds?
Oh, yeah, I'd say.
Would you say she's 15? That would...
No.
Probably 13 pounds. And now Frank is as big as her, but he's not as fluffy.
Yeah.
So she has weight just from her fluff.
Oh.
Anyway, she's just the perfect rotund shape. She sometimes gets a Ron Perlman face, like a Maine Coon. That's the next cat we want to get. But we have 3 cats, so I don't know. Oh, I don't know.
She joined us. Frank's the
youngest.
I went up to make supper, and he was asleep on a kitchen chair. And out of all the noise I made, he didn't raise his head once. He was so tired.
When he takes his mid-afternoon 6-hour nap after causing havoc at 4 a.m.
Yeah.
It really is, it is his deepest slumber of them all. It is also very warm. We live somewhere where it's not warm for much of the year, so you can't really justify having, like, air conditioning in the home. So there's also not air conditioning in the schools, can I just say? And so you know what? I don't know if many people have experienced the torture that I've experienced in June with 29 other human bodies in a concrete room with no air came in through the windows. 28 degrees. No, it wasn't 28 all day in there. Probably 24. 25 degrees, like, all day.
That would be awful, yes.
All day.
When it's 25 degrees in the bedroom, I feel like I'm dying, so...
Put 30 people in the bedroom.
I know, it's crazy.
Have them move around. Anyway.
I grew up with AC. Not...
See? You're like, oh, why are you bringing up that you're Canadian and you're American? Well, I feel like it would be very weird in America to live somewhere that doesn't have air conditioning.
But we didn't have AC in schools, and even when I got to high school, only half... They were just...
Okay, but you're in Illinois. If we're talking Texas...
Oh, you
have to,
yes.
Right? Or, like, it would be a health and safety.
Arizona, Texas, yeah. Those states would have to have it.
Right, so that's what I'm saying. So if you're a listener from America right now and you really haven't been outside your state, because you know I shit on you guys all the time for having not seen the world, you don't know what it's like outside of your state. Like, remember on the episode of Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders making the team? Actually, I think it was the first season of the Netflix version, American All-Stars. No, it's not called that.
Definitely not the thing.
Do you hear how confidently I just said? I'm going to be
American Sweethearts.
Thank you, Neal. This, everybody, is what Neal is here for, both in podcast and in life. She was like, did you know that where she comes from in New Jersey, they don't have plastic bags? Like, if they go to the grocery store, they just have to, like, carry their food in their hands. Or have a cart. Well, she probably would have called it a buggy.
Well, New Jersey, again, like, you don't pump your own gas in New Jersey, which was beside myself when I learned that.
So if you were from New Jersey, you might think that that's the only way. People outside of America, or people that have at least traveled, know that people have different ways of the world.
Yes.
Like, I think there are some Americans, and I don't mean to call you stupid as a whole. Oh, man, this is just going downhill. But I think there are a lot of Americans who would be amazed that there are other electrical sockets in the world.
When we got to London and I saw it, I was like, what on earth is this?
Exactly. Experiencing it.
Yes.
Knowing it is one thing, experiencing it is another. But, like, I grew up with a lot of people. I live in a rural place where there's a lot of, like, poverty, we'll call it. The first time I ever cried while taking an edible was at the idea that I've met students who will never get to see an elephant in real life.
I remember that.
That was
vividly.
The first time I cried while high.
Yeah.
I could make me cry right now. I have had the privilege of seeing an elephant in real life. Everyone should be able to experience that. And I know there are kids. I know sometimes kids rise above their circumstances, but it's really difficult to do where I'm from. Oh.
Well.
Everyone should see elephants.
Yeah.
Can you, need you to get me back onto
Love Island.
Thank you. I think we're finished talking about it.
Huda had...
oh, no, we're not.
A couple more little snippy moments, right?
She can't let it go.
Yeah.
Classic.
Taylor and Clark won for being the most responsible with their child.
Ace and Shelley lost, which I need to reiterate. Like, he was making his baby cry so much. Every time that baby's crying, it's because you did something. So when he's genuinely running around, like, that relay race was funny, but it was, like, still funny, haha, that Nick lost, but the baby didn't cry, or that Chris did good, but he was still supporting the baby. Ace was running around like a fool. Those kids got hurt. And who else lost? Brian and Amaya, which earlier in the episode I freaked out because they didn't take their bottles and their diapers around with them. They definitely, because I can see they're both Latinos, so I can see them being from loud households. So they probably just sat there and talked while the baby cried. Because Brian even says something, he's like, what? I was chilling. Like, I let him chill. It's like, yeah, you probably didn't parent him when you were supposed to.
But they got the ultimate reward.
They did. They're off to the Hideaway. So lots of sexy time. Ew, is that gross to say? Lots of banging. We have Chris and Huda in this episode. Chris admits it to Brian, right?
Yeah.
I think Brian and Amaya have. Do you think?
I don't know.
When they were doing yoga and they were doing downward dog, she's like, this is what Brian does to me. I kind of thought she was being serious and making a joke about it because everyone knows.
Oh, maybe.
That's kind of how I took it. Anyway, we know they're going to bang after the Hideaway, so either way, another banging. Then, I am segueing this to talk about all of this intercourse. Iris and Pepe. Their banging is important enough to be on the preview for the next episode.
And like,
does that change everything? Iris tried to leave with TJ, allegedly. He liked a comment from someone, anyway, on Instagram saying that she tried to leave with him. And the producers talked her out of it. I mean, so that's number one. And then number two. This
would be the second time he'd be filmed.
But, like, what about Hannah? Pepe, what about Hannah?
Banging Hannah.
But you can have sex with more than one person on the show. Listen, anyone?
Oh, I was just saying it's funny that he keeps getting on camera.
Yeah, that's true. You are so purely from that. That was your point of view of it. That's amazing. No, if people, I didn't even consider this, but if people come after Huda for having banged 2 guys while on Love Island, leave me alone. Leave me alone. Can we go back to those body counts where Charlie and Austin were over 100 each?
Yeah.
Don't come talking to me about Huda having sex with 2 guys. And so don't come after Pepe for having sex with 2 girls. Which I know is not what you were doing, but I'm glad if you were going to make that comment about anyone being caught on camera that it was Pepe.
He just has a type. And he keeps kidding with that type.
So he's a lover boy.
I think he wants to find somebody.
I think he's just really open to the idea. I agree. I think he's a cool dude. Yeah. Like, he makes pancakes for everybody. Yeah, I think he's great. Okay. That's all. This is probably really... It's not... Wow, this... I thought I was talking forever.
Forever?
Okay, I have to tell you one more thing. So we're in Canada, right? We have a vacation planned for later in the summer. Originally, I wanted us to take that vacation and also go see Coldplay. Go see Coldplay in Toronto. I'm not from Ontario, so we would have to fly there. She's not bothered by you. She's coming to cuddle with you. Are you kidding me?
What a good cat.
She loves you so much. She's sitting on the warm couch next to you because she loves you so much.
Okay, continue.
Oh, don't remind me how warm I am.
You're not from Ontario.
Okay, so I was still playing. I've been to Toronto several times. I was planning a trip. I was like, okay, because here's the thing. When we travel later in the summer, we are also traveling to places where near where Coldplay would play, but the timing isn't going to line up. Like, we couldn't make this trip happen around where they would be. So I was like, let's also go to Toronto. So I was looking into tickets for that. I actually had really good floor tickets because we went to the Eras Tour in London last summer. And I would have, I wish if I'd had my time back, I'd just dropped $5,000 on floor tickets and gone a second night. I don't regret our tickets. We got, last minute behind the stage tickets. I would pay it and do it all again because our trip to London was so cool. And to, have been a part of the Eras Tour experience is, unforgettable. But I would have dropped $5,000 for floor tickets. But floor tickets were more than $5,000. That's the thing.
Yeah, they were.
I couldn't drop $13,000. Anyway, Taylor, please tour again. I don't know how she'll ever do that on such a scale. She's gonna have to do 10 nights at every stadium she goes to, and just become a touring artist. No, you can never do something like that again.
No, you can't. That's why it was cool to be a part of it. Coldplay.
Okay, thank you. Oh my God, thank you so much. You are the best today. And every day, but really today. So, I almost bought tickets. I looked at how much the plane was going to be. I figured out where we were going to fly out of, fly into, how we would drive. I looked into Airbnbs around the place. Guys, if you're not from Canada, you're not going to get this. I thought they were playing the Rogers Center, where the Blue Jays play, which I thought was weird for Coldplay because I'm hey, they're like Taylor Swift, they do stadiums. No, they were playing the Rogers Stadium, which is a new 50,000 seat stadium that was built in North York, which is actually an hour and a half outside of central Toronto. It's only the second concert that's been there, and it's been in the Canadian news absolutely crazy that getting to and from the stadium has been an absolute nightmare. To the point that Chris Martin acknowledges it on stage. He's like, thank you for whatever you had to do tonight, whatever boat or train or bus you had to take to get here. Now, people who are from Ontario are give it up, North York's not that far away, stop being dramatic. But I think they're probably thinking of it as, yeah, maybe at an average time, it's only 30 minutes away or 45 minutes away. But not when 50,000 people are traveling in the same direction at the same time.
Why would you build...
And it's not even for something. It's not for a team. It's literally just for events like this.
Why wouldn't you put that in the heart of downtown?
Apparently there aren't even hotels around it. There weren't restaurants around it. So if the buses are too full, if the Ubers are all gone, if the roads are landlocked, that's not what that means, gridlocked with traffic, and you don't have a way out, there isn't even anywhere for you to sit down and be safe.
My nightmare.
Honestly, mine too. When we went, I'm so I'm gonna throw up thinking about it, because the first thing I would have done is purchase the concert tickets, because I am the meme that's I'm the person who purchases concert tickets with no way of knowing the travel, where I'm gonna stay, the logistics, anything. I would have booked an Airbnb next to the Rogers Center. We would have been in that nightmare, getting to and from.
That's crazy.
The first concert was a Korean band, and it was a couple weekends ago, and that made news as well. It was a complete nightmare, and they were going to them being basically, going to the town, going to the mayor, going to the people in charge of this stadium saying, what are you going to do to make it better in these next 2 weeks before Coldplay gets here? And I don't think they've done much. I don't know.
They might not be able to do much.
Public transit, though, run it more. There are ways you can be prepared for. You built it there for a reason. You obviously thought feasibly you can conduct a business from there.
I wonder if it was hey, let's build the stadium and do huge development around it, like what the Bears are going to do.
But start with the stadium.
Which doesn't make any sense because...
You need to have an established...
You do it all at the same time to get it...
Yeah, you would.
Accessible.
You just bulldoze the whole area, and then you'd build... I mean, Epic Universe was all opened at the same time. That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's like 5 parks in one.
Well, like
that's like all of Magic Kingdom opening at the same time.
Yeah.
It didn't open all at the same time, I don't think.
Like the Bears are doing right now. They're doing all the traffic... Like,
you have to do studies, quantitative, SPSS.
Yes.
I could work in government. I could work in government. Oh my gosh. I've always wanted braces. I'm very insecure about... Well, I'm not, actually. I really like my smile. And I'm really, really scared of the dentist. So I can't imagine... And orthodontist. So I can't imagine putting myself in a position where I'd have to see them every month for 2 years. I would rather die in some ways, honestly. That sounds really dramatic. But, like, if I worked for the government, I would have dental care, and it probably would cover orthodontics, and I could get orthodontics, and I could get braces. I'm going to apply to work for the government. Guys, did I just, like... Is that how boring I am? Okay, side note. I did my star chart today. Are you looking up stuff about Rogers Stadium? I thought you were going to immediately pick up your phone to do that because you sounded interested in it. It could almost be another train wreck. Imagine it, because it probably cost $1 billion to build the stadium, so it's like the $1 billion stadium that never was, and they like can't make it work. Well, you have to. Coldplay is playing
Coldplay's Chris Martin rouses the crowd and criticizes Rogers Stadium. Yes.
So he's like...
There's still room for improvement. Expert talks about Toronto's new Rogers Stadium.
So, I mean, he's an expert. He's Chris Martin. He's been in every stadium in the world. It's bad enough that he, the artist, the performer, recognized it. Like, it was probably a nightmare for him to get there.
Probably,
that looks bad. Do I come back to that stadium then? Of course I don't.
Probably a one and done, yeah.
That's crazy. That this could make or break like this. Here's the thing. Taylor played. So that she could play in Toronto, she just played a lot of nights. Why did we need a new stadium?
This weird stadium in the middle of nowhere, he continued.
Well, he, talked about it for several sentences.
So thank you for that. Thank you for coming through the traffic and the travel and the trains and the waiting and the lines and all the nonsense.
He's calling them out.
Live Nation Canada outdoor venue. It's outdoor, too?
It's open air, yes. In Canada.
Dude, that's crazy.
I don't know who okayed this, but I'm going to go work for the government and we're going to, close it. I knew you'd be into this. Neal loves stuff like this, guys. He's such a news
Rogers
hound.
Stadium was literally built by Live Nation to lure Coldplay's tour
Shut
to
up!
the city.
Shut up!
This is what they said. I don't know. Why wouldn't they just play it at Rogers Center?
Taylor Wood? That's crazy.
This is a weird article. Now they're insulting Coldplay, so I don't really know what's going on here. But it's
are they insulting Coldplay because Coldplay doesn't play Toronto? I feel like they played Toronto in the past.
Coldplay, the show specifically.
Really? Don't they put on an excellent show all the time?
Said, Coldplay criticizing our new stadium, but their show wasn't perfect either.
Just defensive. That's all.
Yeah. But that's probably it for now.
Okay. See? I had to tell you that I'm so glad we didn't go. There was a reason we didn't go. It would have been a nightmare.
It's only 18 kilometers from downtown. So,
So it should only take...
Yes, but that doesn't mean anything, especially to me, who's probably 18 miles from Chicago.
Right.
And it takes an hour.
Did you say 18 kilometers?
Yeah.
So 18 kilometers, I obviously can't name the place.
It's 11 miles.
It would be from here to where we've gotten really good ice cream before.
Okay.
we also went there, I think, with my brother and got muffins and went down by the water. That's 18 kilometers. Yes. So that's what, a 15-minute drive?
Should only be 15 minutes,
but,
yes.
Which is, that's like, there's no traffic and you're allowed to drive fast.
Yes.
As long as it like, we don't really have commuter traffic, so like the longest it would take is 20 minutes. But like, damn, 15 minutes? You can't walk it. Like, I couldn't walk from here to that ice cream parlor.
No.
That would be ridiculous.
That would be...
Hours and hours and hours.
Yes.
So when we say 18 kilometers, if all you know about kilometers is, hey, aren't they smaller than miles? 18 kilometers is still a lot. Like you said, it's probably 11 miles.
Yes.
So, like, if you're talking about sitting in an Uber, 11 miles can take a long time.
Especially if there's traffic, and if you're in traffic, you're not going fast.
But if there are no hotels...
Yes.
Close by, then you're also talking everyone is on transit. So
it's pretty close, 11.1 miles.
Nice job. What?
11.185 miles.
Wow, really good converting, Neal. Okay, I could talk about this all day. I could talk about culture and music and stuff all day. Let's go play a trivia game. That's what we're going to do. Guys, we're going to go play a trivia game. Let us know what you think of the Coldplay concert. Should we have gone? Should we find a way to go in the States? Neal is more of a fan than me because he's like, Listen, I know more lyrics to more songs than anyone else in the universe probably, but Neal loves music, like as an entity. So I feel like their show would be incredible for that. Like, we went to see Hamilton in London and you appreciated Hamilton.
Yes.
You don't listen to rap. You don't listen, like, you don't know other musicals, but like you liked Hamilton. It's accessible. We could talk about that. Let's talk about Hamilton on a podcast. Okay, guys, I need to go. Yes. Because I need to go.
Yes. This is already too long.
Thanks for listening. Please subscribe and like us and share us and rate us and rent us. And rent us?
I don't know. You
Guys,
came up with that one. Goodbye.
Yep.